Alright. See, you remember when I used to drive you?
You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show found on the Powerhouse radio station can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Well, greetings. How are you all? Hoping that you all are fantabulously fabulous. So we're here. It is Reasoning Thursdays. Make sure that you call your friends and your family members and your colleagues and your children and all these people and tell them, say, log it on. Reasoning Thursday starting. Yes. Make sure that you tell a friend and a friend and a family member. Man, want to say big shouts, massive shouts go out to you choose. How you doing? You choose radio. Blessings upon blessings to you all. Continuing to carry right here. Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursdays. Also want to say big shout to the Victorious 89.1 FM Massive and crew for also carrying us the entire Powerhouse Radio. So we want to say big shouts go out to you as well. Want to say big shouts to you, the listeners. Listen in via our website, www.dapowerhouseradio.com. Also, if you're listening via our telephone lines at 667-930-9036, out the TuneIn app. However you're vibing with us tonight, we want to say big shouts go out to you. And thank you for joining us. Man, it's been a festive week. I don't know. Tomorrow's Friday. I'm all for it. I'm I'm all for the Friday because this week has been really tiring for yours truly, Lady D. Really tiring. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that for this week. But nonetheless, it's Thursday, and you have us, the Reasoning Thursday crew. You got Queen Noni, Darespecta, Jai, and MC. Waiting for Jai and MC to log in on because we say we are log on, we are log on other them late or not late because we want to start early and finish on time. That's how we trying to lick it up. Want to say big shouts to all of our sponsors that continue to sponsor the programming each and every week. Want to say big shouts go out to you, One by One Kia, Unique Total Care, Hinkson Law Firm, Botastic, Mystique Enterprise, Awesome Renovations. Yeah, I want to say big shouts, but big shouts go out to you all, and thanks for your support. If you would like to sponsor a program over here, and then hit us up, dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. That's dapowerhouseradio@gmail.com. Man, it's Thursday. Queen, what a go on?
I tell you, the week went by like whoosh. I said Thursday already.
I'm happy.
Listen, by the time you turn around, the month is done with, and another month.
Yeah, we're already in the second week.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's soon.
Welcome everyone. Welcome panel. Welcome friends. Welcome neighbors. Everyone out there, remember, call your friends, call your neighbors, call your family members, and tell them tune in. We're gonna talk about some good things.
All right. Each and every week we talk about good things.
You know it. You know it. Go.
Big shouts to you, Noni. What a guana.
Good night to everyone. This
Good
beautiful panel,
night.
Queen, the Respecter, and of course, Miss Lady D herself. It's so good to be here. Like Queen said, wow, this week went by really quick. And I was like, oh, it's Reasoning Thursdays already.
Yeah.
So just want to welcome all the listeners, however you're listening to us on all the platforms. Thank you so much for joining us. We're excited to be here and about the topics that we're going to go through tonight. Welcome, welcome.
Darespecta.
You know why you ladies always laugh when y'all talk?
Why?
Because y'all just know y'all so damn fine.
Oh wow.
So y'all can't talk without laugh.
Isn't that a sweet thing to say?
That it is a sweet thing.
That is
He
so.
can be
Thank,
Uh,
so
thank
nice.
you.
and I mean
Yeah.
it. I mean it.
He
I
can
mean
be
it.
good sometimes. Ooh.
Oh
I
man,
went to I went to the White House today.
I see. That's why you're full of love.
And
You're full
and
of.
I gave I gave them till Tuesday to get their crap together.
That's why he full of
Mm,
talk. That's why he full of talk, man. That's why he full of talk. That's because he went and saw his best friend.
Look at that.
Mm,
Look at
I was
that.
God, his
trying to help him change his pamper, you know.
oh my
Mm.
gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So much going on in the news. So much going on in the news. So much is going on. And let me tell you something. Again, Lady D, sometimes I don't even give it too much attention. But yeah, so much going on in the news worldwide. We're talking worldwide happening.
Mhm.
But we have some discussion that we want to finish from last week and come back into um this week, you know, yeah, come right back into this week. Last week I know we were to talk a little bit about the Cuban the situation with the Cuban doctors for the Jamaican issue, right? And
Yeah.
it is definitely an ongoing it's definitely an ongoing situation, right here in the US, right? Yeah, I'm here trying to find the one for I left it right here on the desk so that I could grab it. But yet I came down here yesterday. I moved it. You believe that? Yet
Because Jamaica not renewing, they're not gonna renew their contract after 50 years.
And they're gonna regret it.
They're not renew the contract. So right now they're packing and
so,
they're demonstrating. I was watching a demonstration with a lot of the nurses and doctors and people in general out there demonstrating.
so
They're
real
gonna
And
change their mind.
before we come to the demonstration and get
uh,
into this topic right here, the respecter, you said they're gonna regret it. Why you feel like that?
They're gonna regret it and they're gonna change their mind before they go through with it. They're gonna realize, like I heard a joke on Drizzyberg when Danny asked him, "So, who are gonna take out the pin them out of your foot?"
mhm.
And him,
Yeah.
him actually got serious for a minute.
Uh-huh.
Cause him
Mhm.
said Jamaican doctor on your foot a Cuban,
Cuba.
and now all them's the Cuban.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a sad thing though.
I don't think they're gonna take it back, and they really cannot. I feel to take it back. What they would try to do, in my opinion, is they will definitely try to negotiate on seeing how many doctors or nurses will defect from Cuba and come to America and come to Jamaica. Um, and that is to be seen. Now, I feel they have a face that they have to keep up right now. And they put out a statement, and the statement is based off of rights, and that the Cuban doctors and nurses so on is not being getting their direct check, and it's all human rights. And
Mhm.
they're not getting their own checks, and they're basically is not getting the majority of the money or whatever, however it goes. And it's international, it's in breach of international laws. So based off of that momentum that they're going with, I don't think there's room to change mine, unless
Yeah, not just that. What you said about
unless they were to come back with unless they were to come back and say, okay, Cuba signed an agreement and change their mind with certain things that is in the contract. What were you getting ready to say, Queen?
yeah, not just that, but it's embarrassing also, for the Cubans. I mean, um, you're being rejected after you've put so much into it. How are they thinking? You know what I mean? Do you think they would want to still serve, even though I know it's poor over there, and I guess they get a better salary in Jamaica than they do in Cuba.
It's
But
necessarily up to the doctors and nurses if they want to still serve. If the country is going to send them, they're going to come. The question
yeah,
is if the government will want to, and then now it comes back to the government. Would Jamaica want to even continue now that Cuba has also came out and made a statement that um, Jamaica has bowed to the U.S. government? It's a
hmm
that they have bowed
hmm
to the U.S. government. So, would in that face, would Jamaica want to even do um, business again with Cuba? It's a hurt for the Jamaican people because there's lots of videos with lines and persons whom are unable to get any care at this point. I know we have definitely capable doctors. We have lots of treatments, but the effect is, I think, definitely going to be felt. But do you all think it was a good call based off of the human rights aspect of it? And then I'm gonna say something if you all don't say what I was going to say. What's your thought?
I don't think you should ask none of us that question because we're intelligent. That's a dumb question to ask us. Because
What
I was going to have the same answer.
what is it? Go ahead.
The same answer we're going to give are the one you give already.
What's that?
They shouldn't have done it. They should have stand firm. And they are afraid to say to America, America, name one country, America, that is interfering in your business, America. Why you keep intervening in our business? And when the 21 island gonna come together as one, nobody not supposed to be interfering with the island decisions. And the island is not supposed to interfere with the continents and the Europes and all that type of stuff. They're supposed to stand as one
not
Caribbean,
just,
one,
I
yeah.
don't know. Right now, they're disrupting the whole medical field there in Jamaica because these doctors, they were set there for many years. They know the terrain, they know the people more so than a new set of doctors coming in from India or Pakistan or wherever they're coming from. I'm not saying that they're not they're not good doctors. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that you're gonna upstir a whole system to bring in another set of people because a country that's they say is larger than all dictate to you. that you have to get rid of these people, or we're not gonna have a relationship with you, with your country. That's not ethical. That's unfair, and for you to agree with it, it shows you how weak you are, really.
Noni, you want to give your opinion on that? Noni,
All right, sorry. Have
that's
some
okay.
technical issues here. um, yeah, well, I don't have too much to say about that because I don't know. It just seems like medically, um, that was just something I need to research a little bit further before I could comment on.
Okay,
So,
Can
yeah.
I say this last little bit?
of course. Go ahead.
The government, if the government, not because America made that gesture, the government should stand firm, like Queen said. They should stop being so weak and stand firm, and just deal with America professionally and say, if we do that, do you know how many of our people could instantly die within days? They just give in just like that instead of just letting me know, no, we're not going to do it. Do what you made. But we can't do that because our people need these doctors.
Well, they said he's over there recruiting. He was over there recruiting him and Bobsy Grain, recruiting doctors from overseas. So I guess they know what they're doing. I don't know. I don't
They
understand.
don't
I
know what they're
really
doing.
don't. Mm.
Them
Okay.
soft.
I don't think it's a good thing, lady. I don't think it's a good thing at all. Because um these people have been there for us, so we should be there for them in this time, these times. They already been cut off from a lot of things and embargoes from left to right because of their association. So therefore we shouldn't have to that. I think we should have been supporting them in their time of need, just like they supported us when we needed them.
Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. I know Jai, you late coming in, but we were reasoning on the Cuba. Did you and we were asking I was asking, do you feel that it was a good do you think that it was something good to do based on Jamaica, letting go the Cuban doctors? Did you have a thought on it, or you just want to ride a little bit on our conversation, on our reasoning?
I don't have a big thought on it. Sorry I'm late. I was doing mommy stuff, but
That's okay.
I feel like I'm indifferent about it cuz I feel like I can see why, but then at the same time I feel like it was a bad move. Um I don't think Jamaica's prepared for anything to come their way, so it's like, "Oh, if they're coming at you, we kind of got to cut ties," which I feel like is a punk move. Um Especially with all the years that they had connected in helping the community, and then it hurts the people too because again, you're taking away resources.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
Definitely. And everything that everyone's go ahead, Queen. You were saying
No,
something?
I'm saying yes. I agree with you, Jai. I mean, a lot of these people, that's who they know, the Cuban doctors. I remember growing up here, my aunt Epsi, she always tell me, ask and make sure it's a Cuban doctor because they are excellent in what they do. I mean, that's their forte. Health. Anything having to do with health. And I don't think what the government does should dictate to what they administer to the people, or what the people administer to their people.
I
And
feel
like
like
I
it
said,
puts I didn't mean to cut you off, but I feel like
go
it
on.
puts the government, like I said, in a spot because either way, what they do is going to impact the people.
Yeah.
If they stayed with them, and let's say the United States and whoever else decided to do whatever to them because of that, that impacts the people. And like what they decided to do impacts the people. Now, again, I feel like you breaking ties with them is a punk move, but I can also see why you may have done it. But again, I don't think it was a great idea. I feel like there could have been, I've always said, I think I've said it before on the show, I feel like they're really bad at negotiating and making deals in business. And this was just another example.
True.
Okay.
And don't you go cut off Queen anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You start already.
I have to be the one on the fence. Okay, I have to be the one on the fence.
I think I'm fencing too, but it's still a punk move. You can't lie about that.
And you're fencing too.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
um
still a punk move.
but
We
because
all are fencing. We all are fencing because we know, they want they're thinking of the economy. They're thinking of the outcome, the downfall of not siding with America and them not supporting them or aiding them. I know all of this, but I still say 50 years, that's a lot of years of
my question with
service.
the whole thing is that after the JLP has been in, as you say, Queen, 50 years.
Yeah,
You bring up.
yeah,
I have
yeah.
I'm saying the JLP has been in government 3 terms, and it's just now that they're realizing that it's a breach in international law.
Mm.
Um, uh, but then again, you have to look at it and say, okay, if it is a breach in international law, it's not even just international law, but just human rights within itself, just human rights, where these individuals, they're not living like very well here in America. I mean in Jamaica. They also not getting any of their paychecks. Um it's quite minimum to what they're getting. And somehow there has to be a cutoff. And I feel that the Cuban if we're going off of not what we are assuming, that they are being targeted by the big dogs, and that Andrew does not have a backbone and he's bowing to them, then um I would say Jamaica and Cuba should have worked something out. I got a little distracted, but what I'm saying is, if it's what the Jamaican government said, it's based off of the human rights aspect of it. And whether it's 50 years or 1 year, there's human rights issue that is going on. Cuba is already considered to be a communist country. It's alleged that they stronghold their citizens of that country. So to continue to um uphold the effort that is going on in there, okay, I can side with it. But when you're looking at a lot of when you look at the 50 years and saying, okay, it's hard to believe that after all of this time, that Jamaica never knew that all of this was going on. And in all of these years, there could never have been a negotiation that was done before now that has caused them to leave the country, asked to leave the country, and then leaving the Jamaican citizens um, with their
Without
with
good
their
health.
behind
I
the
uh,
door.
I
So,
call
Con-
sorry.
um, one moment, Jai. Conrad says the Cuban doctors asked for it. The Cuban government taking 80% to 90% from the doctors. The Cuban government switched their paycheck to a Cuban bank. Okay. I don't know. I it was never if that is so, I don't really have a number as to how much they were taking. I know it kept saying that they were taking a portion of their money. And big up yourself, Conrad. You choose radio. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings to
But
you.
but even but even so, right? We're talking about, is this the government pulling these people out, or is it the Jamaican government sending these people out? From my understanding, they just did not renew the contract that they had with the government, the Cuban government. So therefore,
Correct. So they
the,
have to
the
let them go. They have to leave. They're gonna leave the
But you
country because the Cuban government is whom have their passport. Go ahead, Jack. You were supposed to go and then I'll go. I
first,
apologize.
I was just gonna say, I feel like if you were gonna do something for the people and that's the choice that you decided to make, again, why I say it was bad business is because you could have did a trickle out. You just kind of said everybody got to go, and then I'm watching different news stations and articles that are reflecting the impact that it has on the people, right?
Mhm,
So I
mhm,
feel like even if that was going to be your choice, the smartest thing to do would have been a trickle out. You don't just cut ties and be like, well, we'll figure something else out later. I think that was a bad move. But then to Conrad's statement, Cuba is going through a lot, um, based off of the big dogs impact that they have going on right now. Portions
mhm,
of them don't have light. There's trash building up. There's a lot happening over
mhm.
there. So I can see, and I honestly, I didn't get to do a lot of research on the country or the whole Thai thing. I was able to brush through it. I had a hectic week. So thank you for the fact check on that one. But it's understandable why they felt like, at least the Cuban government felt like they needed to switch that. You know what I mean? They're in need of funding.
Yeah, but
So I can see that being an issue as well.
Mm.
it is stated that they had weeks that they were or months or for quite some time that they have been in negotiations back and forth with Cuba, but they could not get to a solid stand. Now I think with it's all points back to not having any balls because of the fact that okay, the time that this happened, Rubio coming over
Right.
there and visiting and Jamaica and what's going on, the sanctions and everything that is being held against
Mm.
Cuba right now. Everything at this particular time doesn't look good. So no matter what Jamaica want to come back and say, the government of Jamaica want to come back and say, um, we are all going to sit and say we're all going to sit and say that it's not, it doesn't look good. But we once again have to go back to the human rights aspects of it. Don, you were calling. I cut you off by a mistake. You can call back if you would like. Don says, "Good evening, panel." Don Minot says, "The Cuban
And,
government was also demanding that they be paid in U.S. dollars."
They need funding.
Yeah, they definitely need the money. So
mhm.
there was things that I guess Jamaica could not adhere to, and there's things that Cuba was could not adhere to. So their understanding is to break ties. You know what I mean? It's not good. Yeah, if we're looking at it on a level of citizens, is not something good for the citizens because the Cuban doctors has been a vital part of Jamaica's medical. Not that we don't have competent doctors in Jamaica, but they have came and done a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
even
50 odd
during the
years.
COVID
Mhm.
time, I watched them getting off the plane like they were gods. People were cheering all over the place. Oh, the Cubans are here! The Cubans are here!
Mhm.
So, like, it's a sad thing to see that that's happening, but it's not.
and 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 they made
But
they
then,
made
it,
they made
Go ahead, the respect to them.
on the
and they
respecter.
And they made Jamaica their home. They
Mm,
have so many friends in Jamaica. And what you said earlier about, they being labeled as communist country.
mhm.
I was fortunate in 94 to have some Cuban friends and the light skinned ones who explained to me that what they're saying going on in Cuba is not true. What was going on in Cuba is racism. The light skinned Cubans do not like the black skinned Cubans. And they
Okay.
said, don't you see what's going on? Those who are allowed to come to America on those inner tubes and boats are all light skinned ones. They said any black one that tries to come, the Navy or the Coast Guard, throw them back. They got to swim back to land. So it's not that they're communists. It's just a racism with the light skinned ones do not like the black ones because they feel like the black ones have more favor than they do with Castro. Don't know how true that is. And to sum it up, the main thing that I was talking about, one word, what Jamaica government did and doing, it is a punk move, like Jai saying. That's the
Mm,
strongest word to use. And they're gonna put things out there, like Conrad said, to make it seem one way and it's not. They're gonna try to make it look in a way where either Jamaica is not paying these doctors like they should, or Cuba is taking away from them. I would say both parties are playing games on the doctors. That's what
I
I
feel
see.
I feel like in today's time we need allies. There's a lot going on in the world, and that's the reason why I made the comment that I made. They looked out for you how many times? There's even when the hurricane passed, Venezuela's going through what they were going through, and they still sent somebody. China came and sent the whole ship and tried to and went section by section trying to help people. You need allies. And that's why I feel like, granted, there may have been a draw on the board where they just couldn't come to an agreement, but I do feel like there could have been something could have happened. You
Worked
know
out.
that Cuba's going through something right now. I don't know how deep everybody has ever looked into what they have going on right now, but they're going through a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
like Lady D said, it gives off the impression that you just turned your back on them after 50 years of them pouring into you essentially.
That's
Granted,
it.
for
Mm-hmm.
compensation, there's probably money involved. Money's involved in everything. Money
Always.
talk, right?
Yep.
So I understand that. But again, I personally feel like could have something a decision could have been made that benefited
Mm-hmm.
everybody, or even just a relationship. Not everybody's going to be happy with a decision that the government makes. Some people's going to hate it. You're never going to be loved by all. Somebody has to be the villain. But if you're ever going to be strategic, in my mind, especially where the world is today, you can't make punk moves like that. You need allies. And when they need you, again, it gives off the impression that you turn
Turn
your
your
back
back on
on
them.
them.
Yep.
And
but
that's
That's
not
what I'm
cool,
they are
because
saying.
now you give off the impression you're not reliable. And
but
no
Mm-hmm.
offense, the way the other people them is carrying on in the ME, you don't even got a missile to shoot back.
but
So I feel like don't make choices that make it appear that you're choosing sides, because my mom always told me, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are, right? And again, these people have aided you, and you're like, well, this is not like that don't look good.
go ahead, Queen.
Yeah, no, I was backing what Jai was saying, and the thing is that these people, like we said, we talking about them not having, and some of these doctors and nurses, they send money back home to their family members who who are struggling, so some of them really needed this job, and I don't know if they could do that where they could maybe stay on and work, in Jamaica, or if they have a contract that they signed, that they have to go back if certain things occur.
Well, there is it's alleged that they don't even have possession of their own passports and things like that. So it's not something where they have a choice unless they're going to be illegal in Jamaica, and Jamaica government decides to, give them sanction, for staying in the country. They defect, as I stated before. But it is stated that they offered, some of the doctors and the nurses to stay. But of course, we know that they can't do that. They're not going to do
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm
So,
saying. Yeah. So,
let's gripe says, good evening, the Powerhouse Radio family. Greetings, let's
good
gripe.
evening. That's correct.
Ann says the Castros are not around anymore. This new leader may not be on the straight and narrow with the Jamaican government. That's it. I mean, so they're saying, according to what they're saying, is the negotiations were there because I'm and the way Andrew, unless Andrew was putting out some type of facade out there when he came out and says, "Oh, we're gonna stand with our brothers. We're gonna stand with our countries." When that speech was made before the bomb dropped, you know,
He always talk like that, and then he back mouth, his mouth
I,
turned it sideways, like you always say.
I don't
He always, I used to love you saying that. Mouth turned sideways make you say anything.
have anything.
That's him.
So I mean,
Mhm.
like it's a sad thing for the Jamaican people. I know a lot of they've done a lot for Jamaica,
Yeah.
medical. But once again, if we're looking at the human rights aspects of it, if it is true of what is being stated, um once again, if it is true of what the government of Jamaica is stating, that on human rights level they don't get any money. See, Conrad posted the Cuban government is taking 80-90% of these doctors and stuff money. A lot of them cannot defect because of the fact that they have family that is there, and who knows what will happen to their family if they did defect. They have children, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot in play. It's a lot in play. All I can truly say is just that I'm really sorry to see them gone, to see them leaving. And I know it is a hurt. It's already, the impact is already there.
Mhm.
In Jamaica, the impact is there, according to persons that I have spoken with. The impact is there, and it's also on the news. I've heard that.
Yeah, they showed the doctors to their sad. There was this one there, and she was packing her stuff, and we, she was sad, to
I'm
be leaving.
I'm not even speaking on the Cuban doctors themselves, whether they're happy, sad, or in between. I'm talking about the impact of the Jamaican people whom go to see these doctors, whom is being cared for eye care. They did a lot of eye surgeries, gave back a lot of person sights. There's lots of things that they have contributed to Jamaica. So yeah, that
Hmm.
that's a huge thing right there. So yeah, so moving on, we'll just continue to pray for Jamaica, as well as we pray for Cuba, as well as we pray for the world, that things will change and things will get better. In
One last thing, lady.
Go
So
ahead.
for 50 years, and they're just finding out that Cuba is taking 80 or 90% of these doctors' fee. It doesn't sound right to me. It doesn't sound accurate to me.
No, I think that they knew, but I feel that it it comes
So
to.
you're working on 10% of your earnings. You're living on 10% of
Papa,
your earnings.
I
it's
don't
not about
know about.
that. It's about who is in power in the world. That's what it's about. Okay, and
I
what they desire. Yeah.
I really don't honestly know with what Conrad put on there if it's actually factual, but we can definitely research on if that is actual and factual. All right. So yeah, it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. But Jamaica, them liquor but them Talawa, I guess they will stand tall and they will overcome all adversaries. that are sent their way. All right. So we just continue to keep them in our prayers and keep the country in our prayers. All right. With all that's going on right now. Mama Acid, she may be calling in. I'm not sure if she is or not. Because she was saying something in regards to some treason going on with information that is being shared outside of Jamaica. And so I'm gonna leave that. If she calling, she can address that. Hopefully we don't move on too far from the topics. Um yeah. So um it's a sad thing, that that young lady that was burnt, gasoline burnt up, she passed away.
Mhm.
That I mean, that's a sad, sad thing, that she did pass away. And I was speaking to someone and I didn't get a moment to research it. So I don't know where MC is, our researcher that will type up things real quick. Um, but yeah, Queen also typed things up real quick. Um, I was told that the young lady that she didn't light her on fire. Did anyone get that message? I heard that she was never really lit on, because if any of the listeners can confirm, I heard that it was that lady that passed away, that she was getting ready to throw acid on the young
Because I
lady, and that's why the young lady pulled the fire hose, I mean the gas hose, and wet her up. Any confirmation to that? That came through my feed today.
no, I don't know about that.
Because I'm hearing that it's the acid that 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 caused her to get all of that burn. So
I
go ahead, Jai.
I was gonna say I didn't hear that it was the acid that caused her to get all the burns, but I did hear acid was involved. Like she
Okay.
may have been attempting to throw acid on the attendant,
Yeah.
and of course everything kind of played out how it played out. But then again, I've heard like two other different stories as well. So I don't know.
Okay. 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 Yeah, because that's what I was hearing, that and I didn't even know that part of the story.
Yeah, it's a lot of misinformation too out there about it.
I didn't
Oh,
hear that part of the story, that she came there and she came with acid and she tried to throw the acid, and that's the reason why the young lady pulled the hose and wet her up. And it's the combination of the acid with the gas that caused that 70% burn of the body.
mm,
Ignorance.
Yeah,
mm.
it cost her her life.
Wow, that's
Ignorance.
crazy.
Yeah,
Then, well, it's the same thing with that 12-year-old I was telling you about, and ignorance. People are so ignorant nowadays.
yeah.
She died too.
For a group of, that's the young lady that you were mentioning last week, who
Yeah, last week where they beat her up there in Douglas County, right there. They beat her up bad, and put her in a coma. Well, she ended up dying. She died day before yesterday.
and the young man also who got hit in the head with the chair. I mean, like,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
to calm down. I mean, she lost her life. She should have, people saying "Tana your yard" and people making jokes about it, and I'm like, wow,
Mm, 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 mm,
it's
mm.
Very insensitive. That's what I will say. I've been seeing
yeah, very insensitive. The whole
it's very
And
insensitive
like
and it's
we were
heartbreaking to
talking,
see it because I know it's a feud happening, but it's like that's what life has come to. Like we're dictating who we decide needs to live or die because of a situation. Like we're not human and mistakes happen, you know?
well, and that's what we talked about last week. These children, they're also imitating these adults. Look at that 140 kids that died in was it Iraq, Iran? Um, to the bombing. They're not setting an example for these younger kids. I mean, all these wars and rumors of war, and that's not example setting for these kids. They figure that violence is the way out. And that's what's depicted nowadays out there. Everything has to be stem around violence.
Yeah. Yeah. It's sad.
So they have no examples out there. I mean, no one out there to deter them in another direction, because the adults out there, they acting like kids.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're gonna fight, just fight. But like the extremes
Mhm.
don't need to be the extremes. That's just where
Yeah.
I'm at with it. And I feel like but then again, there's no rules to fighting. So that's an argument.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-mm. Mm.
Sad. It's sad though. People are so aggressive and ignorant nowadays. They're not like they used to be. And today on my way from the doctor, that's what we were talking about. How people are today. They don't. You see it even in the street, the road rage.
Mhm.
All of that stuff. It's stemming,
but,
like you said,
but
from ignorancy.
but Queen, if you were to think about it, these young people, I'll say in their 30s, still, they're young in their 30s. They live in a life. They live in the ones who are still arrogant and ignorant. They that way because of maybe how parents raised them. 'Cause I remember our parents, some of us parents, the least of things, the anger that they put towards us. They put a lot of anger in their children. So these children grow up to become adults and pass it on to their children.
Mhm.
Become a generational curse.
Oh boy.
And then they see it in the
Wow.
entertainment world, and nobody's just sugarcoating anything. Because these young people are learning from the entertainers, mainly dancehall. Because
Yeah.
you don't hear this beefing going on in country music, R&B, soul,
Yeah. Yeah.
even reggae. It's mainly dancehall. The disrespect, and these kids think it's cool. The
And, and
ignorance.
and I can see in the age, because if you look at kids 50 on up, they're totally different from the young people who are, say, 50 on down.
Mm. Don says he.
You see the drift right between there.
Yeah. Don says he just saw a video of the woman on fire.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
sad. But
okay.
I was gonna say, as to defend the 30s club, excuse me, the respecter. Not
Well, look,
all of us
some of them are not smart like you
carry
are.
on
Well,
like
you're
you
not
from
in
the
your
trenches,
30s.
okay?
You're in your
Some of
30s.
us,
Go ahead,
some
Don.
of us
I'll give you the floor.
took our parents' teaching and had present parents who did not play that, okay? And what I can say in the 30s club is a lot of us are coasting. We just want to party and have a good time. The bulk of us. It's the ones who may have had a poverty background,
Yeah.
as I feel, and didn't have the guidance in that background, because you can come from poverty but have guidance and still be and not fall into the traps of what that looks like, or AKA in our terms, the hood. Some people fall into the traps, and I feel like that's anywhere with poverty, and it comes with guidance with your parents. So again, not all of us, because me and my friends, we out here thriving and striving and trying to survive, okay? We not bothering nobody. We not upping tools at nobody. We not trying to fight. We don't even like arguing. Our hobbies are sleeping, okay? That's what we like to do.
That's true.
And
Okay,
traveling.
John.
We love
Okay,
a good
John.
flight. We love
Yeah.
another country.
Because
And I know you don't like the dance hall, but cartel can make this waistline go 50 miles per hour, okay? And we have the time of our lives doing it, and we go to our bed. We not looking for no trouble.
yo,
The
caller,
the respecter. I know.
Represent, guy. Represent. Represent.
caller, caller,
The respecter. I know what she's saying is true because I have sons, all right? And they in their 30s. One of them was a licensed HVAC contractor, both parents in the home.
Clock it.
And then my second son, he's in HVAC as well. So both of them, and these are GED. They said, Mom, we don't want to finish. We're going to get our GED and go to school. So they were so determined to be a blue collar man. You know
We
what I'm
like
saying?
money. We like
Both of
money.
them still single. Cause guess what? They coming to me. Their father has passed away, so it's just me. So they coming to me saying, "Mom, when I'm trying to coach them a little bit, with the dating because they at the age now to where they feel like they got something to offer a young lady. So they coming to me saying, "Ma, when I'm coaching them, Mom, but you're a unicorn. It's not like that out here now. Dating." And I'm trying to understand this thing because
Not
You're a
we
unicorn.
not a unicorn now. We have a caller on the line, not a unicorn.
right. So
I'm a unicorn too. Don't feel bad.
you're a unicorn too.
I
So and I
unicorn. But
I understand that language, but I didn't realize how tough it was for the 30-year-old men who really do have something to offer with the, choices and stuff that they have out here. But it's like Josh said, you're not going to find them out here. They're going to be reading, sleeping, you know,
Traveling. That's what
right.
we
That's
doing.
that's where they're gonna be. So
Catch
that's
a
what I was
flight.
trying to say. Yeah. I mean, it used to, Lady D, and you know this, and you know this to respect you.
well, yeah,
And Queen, you could just walk and say hello to a lady. You can't even say that. To what they say, what you want, they're nasty. It's so different now. I'm
It
like,
is.
oh
Let
my
me tell you, we go to the grocery store when nobody's there because we don't like the crowds. We're tell them go to the grocery store early in the morning or later before they close. You're gonna run into something.
yeah.
Don't
okay.
go to the crazy clubs. You're gonna run into
Oh, they don't go
something.
to the clubs. One of them roller skates.
Listen,
So that's his pastime, and he skateboards. Look, he in his 30s, and he still love to do that. But they already know they don't go to the clubs. They don't even really like it. They
we
go.
ladies, we are not talking about y'all jibbing and jabbing and shucking and chucking. We have a caller on the line. Greetings,
Okay.
caller.
Greetings, everyone. Greetings. I was going to
Greetings.
say, greetings, greetings. Now,
They
I just
talking
kind of
about
popped
young
in.
folks. They talking about young folks business. Let's hear your comment, and then
Oh,
they
the
could
young
go
folks,
back.
like them young boys, was there trying for to rap to be. Hey, baby, what's your name? I said, they call me Auntie.
That's right. Don't get it
Exactly.
twisted. They like a good auntie now.
Yep.
Oh, but you know what I tell them? Listen, I'm all fair. Okay?
Yeah.
You're a young man, go find yourself a nice young lady and build a tribe. I done build my tribe. I got grand, right? I can't give you no
Yes, Dad,
children.
I saw that.
So build your tribe. You have to know what you're dealing with. You build your foundation. You ain't coming in life just for la 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 and spend money and there with big woman because big woman like you and you like big woman. No, 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 no. You have to have more substance about what you want out of life
Yes.
than to just deal with
Yes.
a big one. For what? What purpose?
Okay.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
talk about that
Anyway,
book
give
women
me
thing.
the
Yeah.
big man them, yeah. Give me the senior man them. Once they ain't really, once they still got a little energy. I like a mature man.
I think we all
But
do.
anyway, I don't mean
Yes.
to interrupt that, but I know there was a topic. I kind of came in after the fact, but you were talking about acid or something.
Yeah, we were reasoning on the young
Young lady.
lady
Malani.
in Jamaica that was she passed away now,
From the burns, yeah.
the burns, and it was something where I was told that it had to do with acid along with the gas, that she didn't necessarily lit a fire on the girl to cause that 70% burn. So I was looking for some clarification on it for anyone who was following the story, can give a little bit more clarification
Yes.
on it.
Well, when they were speaking about the burn report,
Yeah.
they realized when they took the test on the burn and the type of burn degree and all this kind of stuff they do, they realized that a lot of the burn that she has is from acid and not the gasoline. That's
Mm.
how they knew acid was involved.
Mm.
And like
Yeah.
people were saying, hey, she did have acid, she was gonna throw it on Pumpy, and Pumpy just sling the gasoline pump so and it ignited. The chemical reaction ignited, and because the force with the gas was going that way, it went right back to her. That's a real return to sender, like immediately.
Okay.
But you
Okay.
know that makes sense because when they were originally selling the story, they were not selling it, sorry. But when they were telling the story, it was said, "Oh, she pulled a lighter out of her pocket." And I'm like, if you're in the midst of about to fight, you don't have time to pull a lighter out of your pocket.
Right.
And you're a gas
Like
attendant. Why do you have a lighter in your pocket?
station
Yeah.
at
So
a gas station.
basically you if they really do their complete investigation on this situation, they will consider it to be self-defense.
Well,
Yeah.
you have to realize something. You see, when things big like this, right, and the public, which is divided right now, looking for some kind of response or reaction from legal parties, it's a big thing. So they're gonna drag this on, my dear. They go, oh yeah, we have to go charge, you have to do this and have to go charge, but they get down to the bottom of it because the other sister was arrested. I mean, come on. You go somewhere to be malicious, and this is what happened. Now look, you're dead.
But look, if it's in a
When
next
you
person, the next person, let's say there's an opportunity or situation occur, is the next person gonna look at that and say, "Well, this is too dangerous. Let them call me a punk. I'm gonna run away."
In
Well,
who?
I mean, fine.
We
That's
just
for
talked about that, didn't we? How people think nowadays, how aggressive they are and how
I was gonna
wicked
say
they
that. Isn't that an
my
pick
kid.
and choose your battles? Who cares if they called you a
You,
punk? Do you know who you are?
he
Oh,
chose that battle. You see,
Don
Pumpy
says
didn't
her
choose nothing.
Don says
Pumpy
her
didn't choose it.
sister
They
said the
brought it to her,
woman
and guess
used the
what else?
lighter.
They were attacking her. They
I
were
thought I heard that somewhere.
attacking her. But
Thank you, Don.
have no time. But think about, oh, what should I do? Oh, you know what? They said in the Bible said turn the other cheek. No, nobody has time for that. You're in flight, fight, or fright mode. That's how the body works. Them cortisol levels go up, anxiety kicks in, and you're in defense mode.
Yeah, one of the
That's life.
Don says her sister said the woman used a lighter and he didn't want to post the live
That's
video.
what
No.
she said. But
Okay.
was that wasn't the one that was with her, right?
Yeah, I guess it's her sister that was with her. The two of them went down there and
Oh,
said
because
that the
I don't
young
know. I
lady.
know it's a couple of them, and one said she wasn't there. But the bottom line is, them go for mischief.
And and,
Okay?
and I want
So
to know
now,
how far I kind of in my mind too want to know how far apart they were to
Yeah,
post her with the gasoline and then to throw a lighter.
they were
that's why I
fighting her,
said.
stabbing her, and attacking her. They were on her.
But that's why I'm questioning if you had time to get a lighter. If you're in the midst of a fight and somebody's stabbing you in the face, you're gonna be like, "Oh, a lighter in my pocket."
Okay.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, it's not even logical. Who's gonna take
You get what I'm trying to say? Like, it doesn't make sense in the midst of a fight that you would think about grabbing a lighter out of your pocket. That's why I kind of believe, in a sense, the acid story. It that makes more sense.
it makes
But would the
sense?
acid
And
mixed with the
rumors,
gas cause a
that's how
fire?
rumors
Yes,
get
it would
started.
cause a burn, but this
But
was
would it cause a fire? That's the
right.
next question.
That's the
It
question.
ignited with the gasoline. Yes, it would cause a fire.
Or was somebody out there maybe smoking a cigarette?
No,
Now,
no,
I
no,
doubt if
no,
there's
no,
a
no, no.
punk smoking
I
a
don't think
cigarette
all
when,
of that.
I,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't think all
But
of
the
that.
bottom line is,
A
she
lighter
defended
came
herself
somewhere.
any
Yeah.
means necessary. I mean, know some gal at Jamaica right now, out in Guyana. That's where I'm from. And I can tell you right now, anybody run up like that, I don't even know. It probably wouldn't even have been no fire. But somebody would have been, you know,
Yeah,
they would have to do 9-9.
definitely our
So she run
condolences
upon
goes to the
somebody who
family.
was just defending her. I
Yes,
never want.
yes. Condolences.
That's sorrow.
Definitely our
She was just trying
condolences
to
go
put,
with the
away. But
Yeah, condolences for sure. That's sad.
attacked her.
yeah.
It's not the first time they attacked her.
Right, right.
She was
I did
Yeah.
hear
attacked that
that.
day,
I did hear
but
that.
before they attacked her again in
Yeah.
the
Mm.
public eye.
Yeah, yeah. Because I heard they went
So
to her
you have this
house and
vendetta
then they
going.
Yeah.
you have to choose your battles, you know.
But the daughter did an interview. One of the daughters did an interview and stated that the first incident was at the gas station as well. And that's when they had the hurricane. She was going to get gas for the generator. This is all alleged. Again, I don't know if this is really her daughter who did the interview.
Right.
And she stated that the gas attendant, they exchanged words, and the girl wouldn't give the attendant wouldn't give the young lady the gas. They exchanged words, and they were going to fight. The manager came out, broke up that incident, and then the young lady who was trying to get the gas, who also got burned, she went to the police station, because apparently it's not far from where the incident occurred, and filed a report regarding that incident. She came back a few weeks later and spoke with the manager and was like, "Oh, I can't shop here anymore." And the manager told her, "No, you're fine." So she started, of course, going back to that gas station. And then, of course, she said that they were crossing through there because she was building her shop. She owns a shop, and she needed to go to the hardware store. And she took her niece with her, and they were crossing through the gas station because they walked to the hardware store, and she made like a snarky comment, the young lady who got burned. The other lady made another comment, and they exchanged words in front of the little girl. So she took the little girl home, and I guess she told her sister about what happened with the little girl present. And the sister was like, "No, we got to done this argument. This can't keep going on like this. This is foolishness." And quote unquote went up there to have a conversation with the girl, or essentially dead the beef, right? And everything escalated. That's the story one of the daughters told. And this was a live interview she did. All of it's alleged, because I don't know if that's her daughter, but that's what
Did
she
a match.
said.
So I mean, they did it all on live. They said the girl lit a match on live. The sister. Yeah.
Well,
She
we
got one that
well
you
once
would see her
again we
face and
just
everything on the TV. She
what
said, "Yeah, she light her fire."
I
That
think what they were trying to they were trying to dead the narrative that it was behind a man, because originally that's what was circulating, like they were beefing behind a gentleman.
it came up that it wasn't, it had nothing to do with.
Yeah, and so I guess that's why she went into the full details about the first incident. So yeah.
Yeah,
It's
let's
it's
go
sad.
back to what Lady D said. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
it's sad. It's
I think
sad
it's
all
very
over, and
unfortunate.
we
She could have gotten the help, you
definitely
know,
and
but
yeah. Let's bring
the malice of it is why people really didn't help. And I mean, people don't have to, and people are like, "Oh, you have to have men." That people have a choice
yeah.
what they
Well,
want to do with their money.
yeah.
You want to do it for good,
it's a
bad, or
crazy
indifference, right? You can't. Nobody
it's a
shouldn't tell nobody they
crazy
should have help. I am.
hello.
No, you
It's
can't do
a
that. You can't tell
crazy
somebody else that.
time. It's a crazy time right
Yeah,
now.
But
condolences,
no,
And
condolences.
smash
how
up Jamaica wrong
condolences. Look
decided
at this now. A
for
Jamaican
rebuilding the
man in
life.
New Jersey. Now, it's a crazy time. Persons, we don't know people's temperament. So
Mhm.
I encourage folks, if someone step on your shoes, just go on
Go
about your
on about your
business.
business.
Don't if
Yes.
somebody bad drive you on the road, just go on about your business, because there's so
Go
much
on about your
road
business.
rage. There's so much all of this. Look at this now. The Jamaican man in New Jersey, he unalived his wife and her parents. I read that earlier
Yeah.
today, where he even went as far as to run her down outside and unalived her outside, you
Mm.
know. And when the police went and was checking, they found her um in an area outside. He unalived the parents inside because of breakup. The
Mm.
mental state of people right
Yeah.
now is
That's
just
what I'm saying.
kosher. you know
Yeah.
I mean, you're trying to
Everybody's
move
so
on.
angry.
You so
And
angry,
that's what I was
easy.
saying. Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
if two persons cannot get along, then the obvious thing is for them to go about their own separate ways. Why do you feel that you have to tell your life cannot go on without this person? But you bring
Because a lot of them, lady, they don't know about conflict resolution. They don't know how to
Right.
resolve
This about
conflict.
the conflict.
yeah, I mean, like
Yeah. They
That's
don't know how to resolve it. So
And
they,
sometimes you're just, I don't know, again, you're hitting people's, sometimes people are at their breaking point, and maybe it's just something we're not going to understand because we would do it differently.
yeah.
yeah,
But it just, a lot of these incidents are coming from people who are literally at their breaking point, and they break and they go ballistic.
Some of them is not at their breaking point.
No, some of them are just wicked.
Go. They just don't want to move on. They just don't want to see this
Yeah.
person with another person. And then this man in New Jersey that Don has brought to our attention, he did it in front of the children. The children were home. At the time, they said the children were home in this report. And those things are just so sad.
Traumatizing for them.
The trauma that is left on these children.
And you don't have your mom or your dad now,
Or your dad or your
or
grandparents
your
yeah.
grandparents.
that could have come.
Look at the
Yeah.
couple that was shot saying with the 15 months baby was left in the house there with
It's
the two people
madness.
dead. Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
That's
and yes,
dangerous.
Don, correct, Don. And then the coward unalived himself. Yeah,
Yeah.
because people like that, I just view them as cowards. You know,
Mm-hmm.
the coward did not want to go to jail and face the full extent of the law or the full
Yeah.
extent of criticism from people. So he decides to unalive himself. We never did unalive yourself from the beginning and left.
That's exactly what
I
I was
mean,
gonna say.
Yeah.
Exactly, should unalive himself.
If you are so unhappy in your body and so unhappy in your life that this person then unalive your darn self and move on and leave the people them and don't put these them things that make me those things make me angry.
Self control, man. They're not even
yeah,
exercising it,
no
man.
control. That's it.
Remember one thing.
That's it.
That's a big that's a big word. Self
One thing.
control.
No control. They don't have none of that. It's like
None.
anything goes.
I'm gonna say this.
Anything.
I'm gonna say this. There's a clear reason for it. People need to start reading those ingredients that all them food that they're eating. They don't realize a lot of those chemicals, they're beta blockers in the brain. It affects the brain. You see, this system, it's all by design. The food, the air, and the water. So when all for all these decades, these chemicals are circulating in our system. And even us, ourselves, we can tell, especially if we're out and something happened and it's like we just the way we respond or react, it's a little aggressive maybe. And we even saying it to ourselves, wow, that was aggressive. It's like it shocks us.
Well, but
Well,
you know what? You
Real.
know what? Think the
people-
way I would look at that, I would say then they're putting stuff in the food because most of these food is food that has been eaten for years. Folks been eating these
Here,
foods
I agree,
and
Don.
hasn't been reacting the way they're reacting now. So we could say then it's not just the food, the chemical that is being put into the food. Then in
well,
that case,
right.
it's like
Chemicals,
our
the
family.
food, the air, and the water.
It's like our
Those are three
parents
things
used
that we
to.
need.
Our parents
Food,
used
air,
to
and water.
purge us.
That's why they target those elements.
Yeah, and back in the days, that's why we used to purge. Right now, nobody ain't purging and cleansing and doing nothing
I just
with
purge and
their
cleanse all the
system.
time.
Yeah, no, I mean some persons, you do
Generally,
that.
generally speaking, no, they don't.
Generally
I have
speaking, yeah.
clients who haven't
You
purged
have
ever in their life.
persons that are not doing that and taking proper care of their bodies. So
yeah.
all of that is. But Don says he didn't really love his children. How could you love your children and you unalive their mom and their grandparents and yourself in front of them in the same household, Don? You can never. You
Self love.
Very
Yeah.
selfish.
these
I'm going to say
children.
this: when if
Yeah,
you're
you can
unhappy in
never
any
love
kind
your
of
children.
relationship and you got to get out, you have
Yeah,
to take your
you
time
just
and
go.
remove your hand out of the mouth.
Yeah.
And when you do that, bounce. Don't be accessible,
Mm-mm.
especially if they're mentally unstable.
And sometimes you don't know, say, I want
That's what I was gonna say. I don't think
to
it
know.
appears that she didn't expect that.
Yeah, you
Mm.
didn't even know some of the time.
Right.
That's
She didn't
four
expect it,
o'clock
but
in
guess
the
what?
One
morning.
at a time.
I'm sure she experienced domestic violence.
Go ahead, the
I'm
respecter.
sure she experienced.
Yeah, but a
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
sure she
persons,
experienced
a lot
domestic
of
violence.
persons experience domestic violence and wasn't murdered 4 o'clock in the morning when you didn't live with the person. The person don't live with you. You know, you are according to the news report, they were separated. He was not living there. So
Okay, all right.
I'm
so that person came to the home. Go ahead, the respecter.
I'm gonna say something, make a suggestion that we talked about last week, but mainly that Noni and you, Lady D, brought forth
Yeah.
that community centers is very very important because there's a lot of relationships where the woman needs counseling
Yeah.
and how to handle
Yep.
the man who keep abusing. They need counsel. They need to know that somebody got their back. And it's time now for another man to confront that so-called bad man that have strength for a woman
Mhm.
and put him in his place. Do something to scare the crap out of him that he'll never lift his hand again at a woman.
Well, the respecter, there's a lot of men that intervene in situations and end up being unalived or being
I was just getting ready to
Yes,
say
that's true,
that.
but don't
we
stop. You gotta keep doing it.
can't necessarily
No, I wouldn't put my brothers in a
or
situation like
But
that. I would
that's
never be
where
able to live with myself.
be
that's where we were talking about last week, Lady D, about community. But of course, everything starts in the home. What we were talking about, the core values,
Yeah.
that are being taught in the homes. But then community, what the respecter is talking about, there is no accountability and check and balances for these men. They're out here, loose cannons.
Whatever they want to
And
do.
absolutely.
I also feel like I get the community aspect of it, but I also feel like it's becoming too normalized for things like this to happen, and even like domestic situations, to the point where people aren't even comfortable with the police. But I feel like there needs to be a reform there, because normally it's like, oh, have a restraining order, always have your paper. But it's kind of like they don't come through until it hits the
alive.
fan and something like this happens.
Yeah.
And that's the tragic part about certain situations like this to me. I feel like there's a unit for quite, child predators, things like that. But I feel like in how we were pushing for a unit to deal with mental illness patients who are having a crisis, and having police respond, and sometimes their reaction is to shoot. They started looking into creating units where the response is different for mental crisis. And I know that for a fact because I had an experience where I had to be the person to call it out to the officers to go check on someone, and I was proud of the way they handled it. But I
Mhm.
also feel like nothing has changed with that process, and it's becoming a real trend. And I think they need to really start looking into, maybe when somebody's reporting something, a restraining order can't be the only thing that can be done, in that moment in time. Like, even the additional resources, like you guys said, the community centers offer that too. But I feel like there needs to be a special kind of victims unit in regards to domestic violence.
Someone
Yeah.
someone
That's
to
so true.
patrol,
Yep.
someone to
Yeah.
patrol the area, police officers, maybe
Check in, yeah,
And they
have court
used to
orders,
have it,
hold that man
they used
accountable
to
from when the report is filed and not just when he reacts after the
They
report. Like,
used to have those departments, but then like I said, because of the fundings, in these cities, um all of those programs were cut out, or the funding was cut short. So they're not as effective as they used to be years ago, because they used to work hard at it, because years ago there was a lot of domestic violence going on. And because of these programs that they initiated, some of these abuse at a base. But it's coming back because, again, like I said, these programs are non existent anymore, or they have cut the fundings for these programs. So they're not
Listen,
doing like
listen
they
at this. We were talking about, the community, and we always know a lot of the pillars are a lot of these churches mega churches, storefront churches, however, they're set up in the community, but there's no outreach even through
Mm-hmm.
that. It's like they're
Mm-hmm.
being lulled to sleep with these sermons and giving the money and stuff,
Yeah.
to the pastors. But what about the outreach? Like Jai's saying, why aren't there special units put up? There should be
Right.
monies out the zoo coming from these churches to fund this stuff.
What?
But we're still giving money to these churches and they're not doing anything where your
No,
auntie or your sister or your brother or cousin is getting killed in the streets.
they're
You
buying
know,
pets.
Imagine,
what's going on?
right. And imagine, let's just say this, and this is the court systems. I feel like instead of just giving them the piece of paper and saying, hold the paper, when it's a verified domestic situation, you put somebody on house arrest just to make sure they don't go nowhere for a simple drug charge of having maybe a little bit over the state limit. What's wrong with putting an ankle monitor on him? It's a verified domestic issue. You need to be in your house by 4 o'clock,
Yeah.
and we're tracking you. You just let
Exactly.
him go, and he knows where I live. He has access to me, and we have kids.
Mhm.
Help
He
me
acting like
out.
an animal anyway. Why not track him?
Yeah, put an ankle monitor on him. That will be your.
Yeah, but
I feel like that
people,
would alleviate at least some of it, not all, because now I can find you. If you're in that vicinity and that thing start beeping, you're going to jail.
Yeah.
And you know what? They
police,
have a governor. They have a governor race coming up. We need to vote. We need to find the right governor for our state and vote.
What were you saying on the phone caller?
okay, I was just saying that we have to realize we're witnesses to an agenda, a systemic agenda. Once we realize it and just know that, you're going to start looking at things a little different. You're going to start looking at the instigation. You're going to start looking at the propaganda. You're going to start to really paying attention to how things are being done. And look at the different countries. There are food that is being sold in this country that are banned in other countries because of certain ingredients. Look at the gel nail polishes. Look at a lot of things. Look at the underarm deodorant. Look at the baby powder, the talc.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
everything.
yeah. We
The,
we
the
we
perm,
we definitely know.
everything,
We
even the
definitely
chemical they
know
use
that
to
things
do
are
the hair.
being. We definitely know things are being
All
put
of that has
in and put
chemicals.
in and put in and put in and put in. But
And
what
if
we,
people are going to lose their mind because you have a lot of chemical reactions going
yeah,
on
but
up here.
we
Remember when Popeyes had that sandwich
and we
and everybody was
totally
fighting?
and Carla, we totally understand all of that with chemicals and everything being put in and all of that. We understand that, but we're
We talk
human.
about it.
You know,
Yeah.
this
Can I? Can
The
I?
protection behind it,
and
especially if
things
you want to build
more
faith back
about
into the
yeah.
court systems and the police department. I feel like that is a great way. I understand the community aspect of it, and I love that too, because it gives women resources, ideas, things that they can do, because sometimes you just don't know. But you need to feel, I feel like it's smarter for people to start wanting people to feel safe. And if it's a verified incident that occurred and there's a restraining order in place, y'all got trackers that y'all slap on people all the time.
Mhm.
Lady,
Even though they
Right.
cut them
What I was
off
saying about
sometime. Go
that.
ahead.
I mean, and if you cut it
can
off,
I?
you going to jail. That's the point. You know what I mean?
Go ahead.
Can I
The
Yeah.
close? Can
Let me
I close it up with this?
what
That
one moment, caller. Go ahead. The respect, and I haven't heard from MC. Go
yeah.
ahead.
Can I? Yeah. Can I just say this, ladies? If you do this one time, no matter how bad that man is, I guarantee you will have him backing up each time after. Just go for the pebbles. One time. Kick him right in the pebbles.
Dexter Dap said boy the oil and pour it in his ear, but you ain't hear that from me.
Wait, you're gonna do like Medea said.
He knows
Get the
better.
grits,
He knows
hop the grits, hop the grits.
Got the kids.
Hop the
MC,
grits.
But
MC,
what I was
you've
saying
been.
about the tracker,
Yeah.
eh,
Quinn,
So yeah.
what I want to say about the tracker, a
What?
tracker is a legal device that can be used after someone has been convicted of something. They just can't slap it on for a restraining
Well,
order
well,
because
they
that
need to.
person has
Well, they
been
A
definitely
verified incident, you
make,
convicted to me.
they need to make certain amendments to laws with
they need
certain
to probably make
situation
some laws,
with
yeah. But I
with
know they're not
the
going to do that now until
especially with
another law
the
passed
especially
allowing that.
with the normalcy of what is going on with these abusive relationships and these
Very abusive.
unaliving of people. They need to, maybe some senator or someone need to propose a bill and get it passed, that something tracking something can cover it. MC, go ahead.
So, listening to everything that's being said, you have to think about there's so many layers to this domestic abuse, right?
Mhm.
So, you discussed about the ankle bracelet or ankle monitor, which is a great idea, but it costs money. And there's a lot of different domestic abuse cases. So, each one of them, who, if the man is proven to be violent, would should have one. But then, where does the funding come from? Who's going to pay for it? You know. So,
These mega churches need to pay for it.
yeah, they. I agree. So there's funding.
Good luck on
The,
that.
Out of
the,
mega
yeah,
church. They're
the
out of
second thing,
The
mega church.
mega
The pastor
churches are
the
buying.
mega church is a good idea. The second thing I wanted to say
Go
is
ahead. See.
these women who are abused and they call the police and they're like, "Oh, I can't take this anymore. I gotta go," and then they make the report and they go back to him and they go back to him
Yeah.
repeatedly. No matter even
Yeah.
when they end up in the hospital, they come back to the man because either maybe they're a housewife and they feel like there's no way out. You know, she can't stay here, but it's hard for her to go and she doesn't know where to go. So it's like so many layers to this. And then the men, they should be put for psychiatric help right away. It should be in some type
Yes.
of group,
Mm.
something. So there's so many layers to this that needs to be done. But the thing is, we know one of the things is that they don't value women, even though there are men that get domestic abuse too,
Yeah.
abused as well. But it's majority women. And when it comes to us, we're not of value when we should be. And the research and things like this and money diverted to helping us is not always there, unless it's
Commercial
deep.
break, lady.
Now look, and I didn't mean to, and I don't mean to cut you off, but and I agree with you wholeheartedly. But the reason why I gave that suggestion was because, if I'm not mistaken, Florida just passed the law, and this is, I'm not derailing, but I'm just giving it as an example. Florida just passed the law that if you are caught doing if you're, let's say you get into a car accident, it's vehicular homicide or whatever. Let's say you had a DUI. You are, and those people that pass in the accident, whether it's a mom or a dad, whoever, and they have children, you now have to pay child support for those kids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So this is what I mean by, like, there's ways, and I get what you mean by even the funding. And I was just giving a
Accountability.
suggestion when I said the ankle monitor. But if
Yeah.
something like that can happen, where if you're in an accident and let's say it's a DUI incident, and now you have to pay child support for
Mhm.
somebody else's
Making
kids, we
count.
can figure something else for a
Accountability.
domestic
Yeah.
violence issue.
Accountability.
But I also agree with the stance of the value of women, and I know men get abused too. Look at the 90-day fiance guy, he just got free. um but I feel like it's something that can be looked into, where again a unit can figure something out.
And I think all these women need to go learn self defense. Go do some, take some
Yes.
type of self defense courses. And yeah, if you have to be strapped, because these women is being abused and they going, look at a couple of weeks ago. I think it was a couple of weeks ago or maybe 2 months ago, January or February, when the the boyfriend and his the baby mama broke up with the baby daddy, went on his way. Then here they come, she's bringing the baby to the daycare and he unalives her at the daycare. I
Yeah.
mean, so it's not necessarily just homes. Don says a question is, who or what drove him to commit such an offense? Not condoning what he did, but some woman mentally and financially abuse men. Okay.
Okay.
No,
So
let's not go
I
there with
just
that one.
want
Let's not go there.
so what I
Let's
want to
not go
say
there.
is
Let's go there. Go ahead.
his question. What I want to say is, first of all, when these men are abusing women, what causes them? Let me tell you,
Yeah.
it was already inside them. What
Ah,
they did is, first, they started verbally and emotionally abusing these women first. And also first they love bombed them, so they got them to love them and trust them, so anytime they act any way out of character, the woman would cling to the the old self. That's one. So they start with that, then they start with the verbal and abuse, and then it comes the hitting. So the hitting doesn't come right away because someone slap you in your face and you don't have any bond with this, but you're gonna go.
As a
So
man,
so
let me say this.
okay, I just want to say one part,
Go
and
ahead,
that,
MC.
and the next thing is these men also suffer probably some mental traumatic state with their connection with their parents, with his mother or father. So that's another reason why these
Yeah.
men turned out the way they are.
We all have been saying some strong things, but go back to Noni. Self control. I'm a man who's been in positions. Oh, woman ran up in my face and challenged me to hit her. And I chose to smile and back the head up and leave the house. I've been in position where not long ago recently, a good friend of mine got so drunk at the party that looked at me and told me to go and ask my mother over and over. And everybody that knows me well shouldered me and walked me outside and told me not to respond to him. So sometimes it takes people who know people to make
But there
something
are millions of
calm.
them not like you, the
Every
respecters.
man is not the same. Every woman is not the same. But it
I'm
still boils down to self control.
I'm gonna read these two comments and then Don. I think I'm gonna address you, Don. Um, Let's Scribe says low esteem, controlling, and jealousy. Don gonna write say, why is it always the man's fault?
Oh boy.
He's joking. He don't mean that.
He's going to say, why is it always the man's fault?
He don't mean that.
I don't know because first he asked,
Call
what
call
about the women?
line. I need you. I'm gonna have to put you on hold. We can only get one call. Did you want to address this topic? Because I'm gonna have to put you on hold. Reef?
I'm here.
All right, hold
No,
on.
go ahead. I would like to address the Cubans in the hospital if you're going to bring that up as a topic.
Okay, yeah. Um, Don, I was just answering your call. You can call back. Call back, Don, because I was just answering your call. Why is it always the man's fault? Says Don.
He don't mean that. He don't mean that.
But I respect that. He just asked the other question.
Don, you gotta call back.
What causes the men to act this way? Then after that, he asks us, why is it always the men's fault? So I don't know.
Oh
I think he's trying to upset Jai.
no, he's trying. I don't. He's
Well,
he's asking a
well,
question.
you know what? In that case, then we can blame both parties because it can be the woman's fault and it can be the man's fault.
It's
It depends on the
up to
situation.
the man to be a man and walk away. It's up to
Walk
the woman
away.
to be a woman and walk away. You
Walk away.
have to take responsibility for
Call from
yourself.
Done.
You have to take
to accept, press
responsibility
1. To send a
for
voicemail, press 2.
yourself. Okay? You have to take responsibility for yourself.
A real man don't hit on a woman.
A man nor a woman shouldn't hit each other, period.
Each other.
But
That's it.
a man should walk away. A woman should walk away. And because the man has more powerness than a woman, that's why the man is at fault the majority of the time. I've been answering. Don?
Yes. Good
Yes.
evening.
Good evening.
Reason.
I have a bone to pick with respect.
You
Why you not defend the man them respect?
why? What you mean? How you supposed to respect fi defend man when man go like say them a- when
Respect
man man a go on like a punky? Why? What you mean? Him
He
supposed to
don't mean it, Lady D. He don't mean it.
All right, listen.
Yeah, I've read, I've heard of many cases, and I'm sure all of you guys have heard it somewhere, where the man work his fingers to the bone, provide everything for his family, right? Do everything that a man is supposed to do, and then one day this woman decide that I'm done. Women are like that, you know. You don't have to necessarily cheat on them. She just decides that she done. She want to move on. She see somebody else that she like, even though she have kids.
And she have that right.
Okay, so let's be fair.
But
Don't.
men do that every day, all day.
She has that right. When man go out, they go cheat and asleep with
Yeah,
10 and 15 and
It
20
goes both.
women.
All right. So
And
it goes both ways. It
yes,
goes both
but
ways.
you have that right.
You.
I can be with you for 20 years and I decided I don't want to be with you anymore. I have a right to say, listen, I am
Yeah.
not happy. I do not want to be in this relationship anymore. That
Right.
doesn't give you the right to hit me. That doesn't give you the right to unalive me. That doesn't give you the right to do any of those
Lady D.
things.
Lady D. You remember what I said in the comment section? I said I don't condone what he did.
I understand, but when you're asking why is it always the man fault, it's not
No, but
always the man fault. It's
the
both
young ladies,
persons.
the young ladies in the panel was just beating up like men, like women don't abuse, trick man to protect them things and walk away.
Well,
All
it's
right,
the
I tell you, there was
when
a case,
Well, then those are not the men we're talking about.
Dan is the man is
there
the
was a
man.
case,
If a man want give me, if the man want give me, with his thought in his brain that because he want to give me, I'm going to succumb to him, I'm going to sleep with him, I'm going to be with him, then he's the idiot. He is the
there
idiot.
was,
If he
there was
wants to go ahead, Dan.
I give you a flip side of the story, a short, the other side of the story. I read a few months ago where this girl had kids for a man up north here, and this man left her with all the kids and went down to Florida go hook up with this girl down there.
Mhm.
The baby mother left all the way from up north here and went down to Florida and killed that girl.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, I saw
I
that.
have that case. Yeah,
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Okay,
yeah.
so
That is
don't
Mhm.
don't put. I don't want you guys to behave as if women don't do it too.
we said that. We said
But
that it's
with
majority men,
due
but
rest, yeah,
but
with
men
due
do
rest,
get
that's
abused as
how
well.
women do that.
Right,
You know,
we did say women do it too, but the majority, which
majority.
is correct.
Mhm.
Okay,
Let's Scribe says some woman. Okay, we're getting a call, but some women think they can fight men, no matter how a woman can fight. She can't beat a man. They are stronger than women.
but we're not talking about fight. We're talking about what this man did to his in-laws and his
Yeah,
wife.
unaliving.
Yes, that's what we talk.
It's
Like,
it's
we're not
about
talking about
it's
fight and
about
all. We're talking
eighty
about the man
percent.
murder the whole family.
It's about 80% a man where I murder them family for what? Because a woman don't want to be with you. If you chose to be in this relationship and want give me the sun and the moon and the stars, and I don't feel that love, I don't
All
want
right.
to be with you, and I said, listen, it is not working. Well, me give you
Who
this,
kno-
me give you that. Well, I don't want it.
who
Mhm.
I,
knows who knows that house where the wife and the in-laws live. He didn't contribute to that house and made it possible for them to be living there. Who knows? We
well,
don't know.
so what?
And then he's homeless and he's left out in the cold and all his labor is there and she and her parents occupy the place and he's out.
Listen,
Who
him have
knows?
kids. Him have kids in the house. Him fi get up and move and go on. Him have kids in the house. So where him did want she fi get up and he wanted her to get up and leave with the kids and have the kids to be homeless. That's not a man. That's not a man that love his children And like you said in the statement, you don't think that he
People
really
can
loved his
say anything they
children.
want to say when they don't walk in that person's shoes.
Yes, well,
We
that's
can say
true.
anything we want to say because we
That's
don't walk
true.
in that person's shoes.
That's
When that
true.
man lie
That's
down at
true.
night time, catch up, maybe my catch with somebody, I sleep on that bush shed or something. I remember what the good him do for this woman and this woman treat him. It's not every man can bear it.
Yeah, and that's the reason why they
That's
need.
the same with women. It's not
But
every
even in
woman
this
can
situation,
bear
if he,
it.
if she, let's say she was the one being, let's say, even verbally abusive to him, he was out of the home. He had an opportunity to get away from that. He went back and did what he did.
A man have to be man enough to
I don't.
realize that more people are involved than just the one on one.
I don't think it has nothing to do with no verbal abuse. I think it's more like that to do with the contribution the man made to that family.
Maybe financial. I
Done.
can argue that.
Done.
As a man
Done.
from a different country, as a man
Done.
from a different come from Jamaica,
Done.
foreign country.
Done.
Yes, sir.
Please remember you got daughters.
I said I would not
I,
condone. How many times I must tell you that, man? I said I don't
It's
condone.
saying no condole. They did say no condole.
but yeah, blame the
You just
ladies on
have
the
put
panel,
something
man. I mean,
out
I
there.
like that.
You just have put something out there.
It's a perspective, which I get his perspective.
Yeah.
A man should
But
never put his hand on a woman, no matter what.
Yeah, yeah.
A woman will try and may do it, but it's okay. A man should be able to condole it and keep her off. A woman can hit on you that hard to hurt you as a man if you're a real man.
Yes,
Most men laugh it off and they play
What,
around and they get back
those
together
are
and they go about the business.
mental situation.
why
Those
are you
are
going back to this eating and fighting?
wait a minute, but Dan, those are considered to me to be mental
Lady D.
situation that they need
Lady
to go
D. Can
see.
I just say one last thing?
Go
You have
ahead.
couples who live together for years and have never fought each other physically. And then one of them just kill the other one out of nowhere over argument or something. And they never fight before.
some type of mental thing goes going on there.
Exactly. The man lose his mind
Yeah,
Some type
that,
of mental.
that's
to
that's
work
why
so hard and help this woman
that's
have
why
kids
I
with her
just
and
said
to treat him so.
that's why
And him not have not left in a foreign country and him not in a foreign country. Winter come him not have
Yeah.
yes.
and that's
And
why I just said
come
him
on.
need to go seek a psychiatrist, him need to go seek somebody that we can sit down
Yes.
and go
I
talk
that's a
to
better argument.
instead of
That's a
holding
better
this in
argument.
instead of
And
holding it inside. He need to go somebody out there where he can sit and talk to more than keeping it inside of him for mad him and for go analyze him children them mother
I,
and
sadly,
that's not just him. I mean, there's so many that is doing it. Persons just break up, baby. Some of them is not even not having a house, not having a car. It's some of them with just cannot the thought of not having that person and seeing another person with that person. That
yes.
a lot of that is what's mudding half of them. Okay, with this guy, all right, let's go. If we're going with your scenario, as maybe he migrated, he come here and work hard, he meet him wife, him out on the street and he's desolate. Still go find someone to talk to. But if you want to say, okay, he snap, okay, under those
Sadly,
circumstances. But
sadly,
there is
he's not the first and he won't be the
and
last.
he won't be
You
the
and I, we
last.
all
And
know
it's
that.
a
He's
sad
not the
thing.
first and he won't be the last.
It won't be the last.
You
Let's go.
know, y'all remember years ago, if you're gonna get married to somebody, you usually have to have counseling with the pastor
That
for
ain't
like
Yes.
help
a
nothing,
couple
nothing,
of weeks.
Queen.
Yes.
That don't stop
Church
nothing.
They
saying
yes,
no
they
proper point. The church them is just
now they're not
and
doing, but years ago they used to
the
do
church
It
that.
didn't work then,
Yes,
it
they
won't work
did.
now. It
um
didn't work then and it won't work now.
let's scribe before I cut you queen. Let's scribe says some women play with man heart and really didn't want him. Sometimes men and women snap. Yeah, sometimes we both snap. Yeah, it's true. But and that's why you don't play with people, and that's why I had made my first comment, where my first statement, where I said that we don't know the capacity of one's mentality. So if someone is driving and then bad drive you, just keep it going. Don't bother. There was a time when even somebody would say, "You're an idiot." I mean, go in front of them, but no, this is not the time for those
Mm-hmm.
things. If you're in a party and you accidentally step on somebody, just turn around and say sorry, sorry, sorry. I didn't mean. I don't care how it make you look punkish or not punkish. Just apologize and keep it rolling, because the people mentality right now is sick. Is sick and is not worth your life. If you leave a man and the man a call you, and the man you turn around and you look up the block, him there up the street, and he did listen. Go,
Go to the
go
police.
protect,
Yeah.
go to the police, but go protect yourself.
That.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
The flip side now. Another Jamaican again. I don't know if you guys saw that. Another Jamaican. No, this is two college students. You guys saw that? The two college students, the boy, the young man and the young girl. The young girl
Yes, the track runners.
campus, and they live on campus, right? She drives
Yeah.
Uber, so she goes to work that evening. But that particular evening, she didn't do her full shift. She came back home and come catch her boyfriend with her fellow
Yes,
college
yes,
girlfriend
yes.
in
I heard.
bed. She killed the girl. She killed
Mm.
the boy. I mean, she killed the guy.
Yeah, she poked him up. Yep.
Jamaican. He's Jamaican, and she killed him.
Yeah.
Wow.
All of
Justice
that
work both
is
ways.
madness. Well, that's what Les Gripe even said.
It's called a crime of passion.
Times both men and women snap, but we need to stop snapping. Medicure says, look what happened to our sister in Goldie. Yeah, Goldilocks. Can Kanye says, we there a tuning. Talk the thing, Lady D. Big up yourself and the whole powerhouse family.
Stop play people's feelings.
Blessings, blessings.
Yes.
Stop playing
Hey, what's up,
with
Kanye
people's
Reed?
feelings.
You
Yeah,
talk.
that's it. That's the bottom line. Yeah.
Yeah. Stop playing
Yeah.
with people's. And if a person is not playing with your feelings, and a person just genuinely, genuinely is out of love, or don't like the situation that they are in, and decides to move on. Go seek help. If you feel that you cannot move on, go seek help. But don't murder this person because this person is don't want to be with you no more. That's madness. That alone is madness.
That has been happening from time was until now.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
And hopefully somebody is watching this show that can learn that if someone breaks up with you and it is getting you to the point of no return, go seek help.
And from the beginning, look out for the red flags because half of the time there are red flags out there and we don't really pay attention to them.
Yeah,
So you have to
Yes,
look out
true.
for them red flags and follow through on it,
Very
because
good.
if you do it once, you can do it again. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yes.
So you have to jump on it when it first happens. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. When Medicure daughter says, "Look at our girlfriend, our sister in Goldie," it's so true. I don't know the full gist of everything that happened in that situation, but you know, I don't know if it was a not wanting to be with, but he unalived her, and it's a sad, and turn around and unalive himself, himself. It's a sad. Oh, no, 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 no. He didn't. He ended up he went to jail for it, I think. But it's sad. It's just a sad, sad thing. There's my hairdresser where I go. Someone that works at her salon, the same way her husband, because she broke up and she wants to go on her own, not dating anyone, not nothing, but the situation, whatever the situation was, it got dire. She just said, listen, I'm moving on. He came to the salon and tried to unalive her, and she played like she was dead, and he went home and unalive himself, but she made it. But the trauma from it to this day is crazy.
It is.
People
Yeah.
just need to learn to let go. Go
Mm-hmm.
seek help if you feel that not being with this person is driving you crazy. Go seek help.
Yeah.
Go seek help. There is help out there. Go seek, find someone to talk to. Don't be left alone. If you feel like, hey, if I'm left alone, I'm going, try to be around somebody as much as you can and express to this person how you are feeling so that they don't leave you alone.
And they can protect themselves.
They can protect, and you protect yourself from your
Well,
cesarean signs. Go protect yourself, lady. Walk with it in your hip and your waist. Walk with it, man. I mean, like, if you feel you with an obsessive woman, because I don't want Dan to just feel like we're dealing with the man alone. We deal with the women too. If you feel like you're with an obsessive woman, of course, protect yourself as well. You know what I'm
mhm.
saying? And we need to stop keeping a lot of these things silent, because we don't want people to look us away and systematically stigmatize us. We need to speak up. We need to
Mhm.
speak up. Speak to whomever is in your circle that can have this eye out, because if they don't know, they cannot be aggressive in the matter. They cannot continue to keep calling and checking on you and coming by or protect. You understand? So you have to speak up to your circle and let them know, listen, the man you are tripping on, that woman you are this woman is tripping.
Mm.
Every
She's
day she's calling me. She's calling my friend. She's calling this. He can say, you know what I'm saying? Speak up.
That's just another problem, is that people keep it a secret and they go through it for years, and then when it gets
Yeah,
really bad,
yeah,
that's when they
Mhm.
say it.
yeah. It
That's
is.
true.
It is. It
Mhm.
is. Because what happens behind lots of people. Oh, what happened behind closed doors? Stay behind closed door. No, open the damn door.
Yeah.
Open
Yeah.
it. Because when something happened, oh no, man. He was always such a wonder. She was always such a wonderful. Oh no, I snap. She didn't snap. No, she didn't snap. And did I do it long time? She did I do it long time. You have to speak up. Medicure daughter says silence is the old time code. What happens in the house stays in the house. It is a taught behavior. It is.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, and it needs to be untaught.
Yeah.
No, that's not accurate. That's not accurate.
What's not
Then
accurate?
say you're
On
new
the wo-
farmer.
on the woman's side, it depends. On the woman's side, she cannot hide what the man is doing to her because she is the woman. If she don't have a father alive or brother, uncle, somebody, a man figure to go to and say, "Look, I'm going through this." At least tell somebody who will confront that person. You can't keep it. A woman can't keep it a secret and just
Right?
keep
No,
living in fear. Keep
no.
living in fear.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. The respecter. Don't keep it. But what Medicare is saying is that that has always been a motto. What happens in the house stays in the house. Now bring my business out the road. Don't tell
Yeah.
nobody I'm going in my house. Those
Okay.
are
Mhm.
those are things that is said that children
Mhm.
are brought up on.
That you
That's
taught,
It's
also
yeah.
true.
true.
Yeah,
It's
it's
true.
taught. It's taught
Yeah.
behavior. It's taught behavior.
Hmm.
Yeah.
On the woman's side, I'll just say this last thing here.
Yeah.
In a conflict,
Uh-huh.
some women are a little too aggressive towards the man, and it trigger the man to do things he don't want to do. So some ladies need to control their anger and their temper and how they talk to certain man. Certain man is not gonna deal with it.
The man need to learn to walk away, move on.
The
Family
man
just
needs to
about
walk
say
and
we
to
are all
walk away. But
human
I'm being
beings.
real about
The
this.
man need to learn to walk away.
I'm
They have
ladies.
this
I'm being real
dominancy
about
about
this.
them.
The woman, the black, it's all women. Some women are too aggressive in how they confront a man, even in public. Worse than
Say,
ever in public.
repeat. We are gonna talk about this again next week because the time
Yeah.
I go on, the time I go and the respect. You and Dan hot up my head tonight. So
If, right?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm talk about.
I
yeah,
I
said
mean,
some woman needs to control their anger. They too disrespectful to a
some
man.
man too. Some man
Yes.
too.
All men,
Yeah.
all men.
some
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 woman
some
needs to
women
control their anger.
some women are alpha women. They're aggressive. That's how they're brought up. That's how they're taught. Okay, uh, we have to go because it's 8:57. When I get a little agitated or get excited, that would
You're
be
passionate about it. You're
I'm
passionate
passionate.
about it.
Yes.
My voice raised.
Raise
Yes.
me
And
too.
I'm
We
hollering.
heard you, Lady D.
Yeah, not
Me too.
hollering at someone or putting down on one. That's just my nature.
Yeah.
My
Yes.
voice raised. So if you want to take it as if why lady a holler half for me, no, I'm not. I'm just it's just the adrenaline, and the
Yeah.
adrenaline is going. So this is me. This is me. I can't change who I am, and for you to come into my life and want to change me, we have a problem. Listen, we're gonna continue. Listen, we are continue this conversation next week.
I can tell you like this topic,
We
Lady
gotta
D.
continue
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah,
We
because there's so much to it.
It
we
is.
do it.
Thanks for your contribution, Don. Yeah.
Yes,
Mm.
thank you, Medicure daughter, thank you, Don.
Yeah.
You. Let's grab each and every one that contributed to the reasoning. We're gonna continue this reason because this, as MC just said, there's so much. There's so much to this topic right here. So we're gonna continue it. We have to get off the air. It's saying on the clock 8:56. So giving each and every one time to just say their arriva dolces until next week. I want to take this opportunity to invite you all each and every week to the Lady D show this Saturday from 12 to this Saturday. I'm going to be on 12 to 3 because I'm going down to the carnival launch as a media launch, and we're going to go live down there. So you can
Ooh.
me down there for a
Nice.
minute if you would like to log on and check us out. We're gonna be down at the carnival launch for the press release. So I'll be coming off at 3 this Saturday. But each and every Saturday is 12 to 4 right here on the Powerhouse Radio. You have Let's Gripe each and every Wednesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. with Tonya and friends. Be sure to check them out. Hot program each and every Wednesdays as well. You have All About Love, Nothing But Love on Sundays, 7 to 9 p.m. Check us out, Lady D Blossom Cool G. Check us out. And as you're doing right now, listening to Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursdays with yours truly, Lady D Queen, the respecter, Noni, the one with the juice, MC, the philosopher herself, and the one with the big research, and Jai. You have Jai, the baby of the bunch, Queen, the queen of all queens. Yeah, I got a little like over each one of them. The
Uh,
respecter is the man, and the respect. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we're gonna talk about it. Don says, when there's a divorce, both must be treated fairly. Dan, me I go talk to you here, Dan. You all right? You all right? Me up. Next week, Dan. Next week. Next week. Go ahead, Queen. Go ahead, Queen. What?
Arrivederci. This was awesome. I really enjoyed this conversation.
Yes.
And when you guys participate, it makes it even more juicier.
Yeah.
Love each and every one of you. Love you, panel. Love every one of you. And thank you all for tuning in.
Eh,
Remember, share this, okay?
all right. And also want to say big shouts to you choose and Radio VJ DJ Smiles, Ross Dougal, massive shouts to you. Victorious 89.1 FM, massive shouts. Go ahead, the respecter.
I want all the men in the world who are listening to go and watch Waiting to Exhale.
Come off of the line. Come off of the line.
You let me choke.
Go ahead, Noni the Juice. We cutting him off.
All right.
Go ahead, Noni.
Okay. All right. I just want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Love you, panel. It was a great topic. Look forward to it next week. The continuation of it. Continue to share. Thank you for listening on all of the platforms. Have a good night.
All right. What we got? MC, what a one.
Hi, good night. It was a pleasure being here with you tonight. I look forward to seeing you again next week, same time, same place.
Jai, baby.
It's always a pleasure. See you guys next Thursday. Thanks for participating and having a good time with us.
Next Thursday, we kicking it off with it and more other topics. All right. Man, we thank you all. You all be blessed. You can listen 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, right here to DAPowerhouseRadio.com with the best in music. Loving, be safe, be kind, and just love upon each other and learn to, as the respecter song says, walk away. Okay? Learn to walk away.
Archie.